I don't know how to start this video. I really don't. I'm just mind blown. Just speechless, per se. Monster Hunter has always been that game where I feel immersed, feel right at home, feel right about the right amount of fantasy and realism and enjoyment and grind. That's what I always felt about this series and franchise. Most people, like myself, started with World and Iceborne, then moved way over to old titles, then moved to Rise, then got into some other old titles, and now here we are with Wilds coming really, really soon here. I don't think a game like this has made me more fulfilled in such a long time. Like, such a long time. Even with Rise coming out on PC, I didn't know that I wasn't gonna get the same fulfillment like I did with World with Rise. But again, Rise is fucking incredible at the end of the day. You know what I mean? The gameplay is like, it's everything. The new fights, the new mechanics, wirebugging, the doggos, like, it's great. But it's not World. Looking back in Rise, in the very small details, it barely has anything. There's not going to be that much love and care you're going to put when you're kind of rushing a game during lockdown, which I totally get. Not saying anything bad to the developers or anything, but it is what it is at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Looking back on Wilds and the few days that it was open for the open beta, there has been so much love and so much care, and I'm just speechless, dude. The fact that the demo peaked around 500,000 players, beating World's all-time peak, it's outstanding. It's like, we all collectively thought that World was the big boost for the mainstream. That World was the Monster Hunter game that most people from the West could relate to. It still did really well. It still, like, is Capcom's most selling game, like, of all time. But, like, seeing Wilds and seeing the numbers just alone for the trailers getting like over 1 million views for the fucking Charge Blade like preview, that's crazy to me. Like, even then, World didn't do that much in number. I mean, it did alright, but like comparing to million, going against 1 million views from a like less than a minute preview of telling you how a weapon works, that's crazy to me. Same thing with the fucking Strider collab, like from Generations, like that's also crazy. But, you know, let's not get into that. I don't think anyone is prepared for the full release for this game, not even myself. I got 40 hours into my beta, and most of that time it's just looking around and taking it all in about the life cycle, the little details of, like, you can see some villagers passing by collecting water, going back to Kufna just to make more cheese. Like, small details like that is like, oh, that's really cool. Anyways, let's go hunt this big frog with a really detailed ass. Capcom, why did you do that? That's kind of fucking weird. Other than the random crashes, other than the PS1 polygon glitch, which kind of reminds me of this. Anyway, besides all that, you know, demo stuff, doing demo stuff because the game's not out yet, of course it's gonna have some multiplayer network problems, of course it's going to. That's probably why they did it so early, just to test out if what they're doing is good so far. And again, I have my gripes about it, you know what I mean? It's not gonna be all, like, glazing from me. Like, again, the link party system is bad. It's not terrible, but it's bad. But other than that, it's fucking beautiful how only 4 fights in one location can get me so fucking hype for a full release for this game. We know about around like 14 monsters, and again, there's probably more than half that we still gotta know about and fight. Including the final boss, we still have no idea. The fact that only 4 fights can leave such a fucking huge impact on the mass majority is mind-blowing to me. Because if you look back on the numbers of like World and Rise, we got like 3 to 4 locations like 7 or 6 months before the release of the game. For most of that time, we only knew about 1 location. And then like almost halfway through, we knew another one. And then very so recently, like 2 weeks ago, we knew about the American land of oil. But again, we used to know like 20 to 25 monsters ahead of time and then a few surprises. They're keeping a lot from us. There is a lot we still have no clue about. We still have no idea about houses, layered armor, guild cards, hell, even fucking arenas. We have no idea still. And the fact that this game is getting all this love with how so little we're getting, this game is going to be one of the greatest fucking games of all time, and it doesn't even come close to its contenders. Even if GTA 6 doesn't get delayed, and it does release like in late 2025, I legit think that it might even be a tiebreaker of best game of 2025 with Wilds and GTA 6, because how much they're putting into GTA 6. Just like looking back on just the development of Wilds as well, RE Engine was revealed in 2016, like almost a decade ago at this point, and one of the first biggest games for RE Engine was Resident Evil 2, which came out in 2019. Monster Hunter Wilds has been in development since Iceborne, which is 2019. They have been working on this game for almost 6 years, and the fact they're showing so little is just mind-blowing to me. Like, they're keeping so much shit a secret. Okay, dad jokes aside, but, like, again, if the Monster Hunter community thinks World was the greatest Monster Hunter game based on everything they added, then what the hell is Wilds gonna do when it fully releases? It's crazy that it's not even been a day since it got shut down, and I already miss it already, you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like burnout because I'm not that overwhelmed. It's pretty much like a third of what the public is aware of from Wilds in news, from the devs, from social media, just from anything else. We got like pretty much a third, and now we're fulfilling enough. So even then, some people speculate that this game doesn't have enough content because how little we know, which is a fair thing to think about, but again, if we're getting this much content and trying to fight all monsters with all the 14 weapons we're given, with all their new crazy movesets, and mobility, and mechanics, and strategies, and combos, and environmental traps, like, it's fucking beautiful, dog. It really is. The fact that I got to play this demo with so many different people throughout different consoles and different platforms, it's magical, because there's some people I haven't talked to in such a long time, and or people I've never even played Monster Hunter with try out this demo and saying that they loved it, or people that are already fans of it loved it. And just that alone, just the memories itself, it's so fucking beautiful, and it means so much to certain types of people like myself that take gaming as an art form, as of look at these people putting their love and care into their own work. It's great. I love it. You know what I mean? And people enjoying that art is also incredible. You know what I mean? So much fan art, so much fan games, so much love. Even the fact that people are making art of the glitches going on with this demo is so hilarious, yet so fantastic. It's not people complaining, even though there's a lot of those. Like, don't get me wrong. Again, like, the demo isn't perfect, but again, like, the stuff that should be negative, it's not taking any negativity and taken into like meme format and just great. People are jealous that they didn't get the PS1 models. The fact they're doing so much and they're cramming so much into this, it's just like Frontier's development. Frontier was a Monster Hunter MMO that came out in 2006, and it's shot in 2019. The last few updates came out in 2018/2019. All that was crammed into PSP and PlayStation technology, and somehow they got that working throughout the world's release. Because how much love they put into the new fights and the new weapons and the new mechanics, it's great. I've been playing Frontier recently, right? And I'm gonna talk about it soon, but Frontier is amazing, and I'm getting that same development love from the Frontier devs from Wilds. Because even then, like, there's some Frontier moves slash Rise slash GU stuff that are from Frontier that made its way into Wilds. Which, knowing they're putting their all into this, and I'm more than happy to see this happen in live time. It's beautiful, man. It really is. And of course, Monster Hunter Wilds is not the first game that's gonna impact in my lifetime. My favorite game of all time, Final Fantasy VII, has done a lot to me personally. On a personal level, it has done a lot, which I'll explain soon enough in videos to come, but I do personally feel that Wilds is gonna break that connection to FF7 and World into a more grand level now that I'm entering adulthood. You know what I mean? Like, World came out at a time where I was growing into a teenager, and that did change how I felt about certain stuff of life. That's crazy enough, but now that I'm entering adulthood, I feel like Wilds is gonna help me carry through very rough times and gonna make me happier. But that's just me, though. Again, I have no idea what they're gonna reveal next. Most likely they're gonna do something at the Game Awards. Another demo, probably doing like an Arkveld fight or the very hard thing, but if not, I am still so excited for this game's release and the amount of memories and the impact this game is going to have on the rest of my life. I'm just happy to be here, you know what I mean? Yeah, sure, when I tried to play this game originally, like on stream, it wasn't the best, and I still need to upgrade for that. I'm happy that I was privileged enough to check out the demo with the technology I have. Very grateful about that, but again, it's even if you didn't have a chance to play the demo yet and going to play the game on full release, whether it be on Game Pass eventually, who knows, PS5, Steam, maybe even the fucking Xbox Microsoft library on Windows, which fucking ew. No one is ready for the impact this game's gonna have on the industry and in gaming and Capcom as a whole. No one is prepared, not even myself.